Tonight, Australia offers assistance with fears thousands may have died in the Indonesian earthquake and tsunami. A young, unlicensed driver charged over the deaths of a pregnant newlywed and teenager. And final countdown, all smiles from the Storm's famous duo as the Roosters try to take the heat off. But will a grim-looking Cooper Cronk be fit to play?
This is NBN News with Jane Goldsmith.
Good evening and welcome to a half-an-hour bulletin of NBN News. First to Indonesia, where there are fears the death toll from a devastating earthquake and tsunami which struck the island of Sulawesi could run into the thousands. 800 lives are now confirmed to have been lost.
So many lives lost. This man did his best to save people. The tsunami is coming, he yells. And he doesn't stop screaming. People hear him and run. But the passing traffic has no idea what's about to happen. And then the wave hits. There are lucky escapes. But the man who saw it all unfold before him knows that many didn't make it, and he cries. This was another view from the roof of a building, houses being swept away. The receding water left behind a tide of destruction and grief along the northwest coast of the island of Sulawesi to the cities of Palu and Donggala. There are fears the death toll could run into the thousands, and Prime Minister Morrison has reached out to his Indonesian counterpart. The tragedies raise questions about the country's tsunami warning system. It was lifted 34 minutes after the 7.5 magnitude earthquake struck the area at dusk on Friday. There were hundreds of people attending a beach festival at that time. Many are still missing. Damien Ryan, NBN News.
This was supposed to be the time of their lives. A young couple due to give birth to twins this week. Instead, their family has been ripped apart. A crash killing the expected mother, a teenager, and critically injuring the soon-to-be dad. Today, an unlicensed driver was charged over their deaths. Bronco and Catherine Hoang were madly in love. They married in April and were due to become parents to twin baby boys within days. Instead, they were robbed of their dreams, allegedly by a driver who should never have been behind the wheel. 29-year-old father of four Richard Moananu, who doesn't even hold a licence.
Well, these are very significant charges for this 29-year-old male to be charged with.
Moananu is facing a total of 10 charges, including 2 counts of manslaughter of a 17-year-old girl, as well as Catherine and her unborn babies. Court documents allege he was on the wrong side of the Northern Road, travelling at more than 45 kilometres over the speed limit. As Moananu faced a bedside court hearing from Westmead Hospital today, Bronco Hoang's family was also here praying for a miracle. The 25-year-old remains in a coma, fighting for his life. Tiffany Genders, NBN News. Time for a change of pace, and Mitchell Hughes joins us now. The eyes of the rugby league world will be on ANZ Stadium tonight, Mitch.
Certainly will be. Not long until kick-off now. Thanks, Jane. We take you straight to live pitches above the stadium where thousands are gathering for the Roosters Storm decider. Come kick-off, there'll be more than 80,000 in attendance. Plenty of supporters are also out and about in Sydney's eastern suburbs, as Mike Dalton found out.
A walk to the beach and a dip in Coogie's briny. The coach looking relaxed, a thumbs up from Fergo to Chooks fans, the odd cheeky Stormer grabbing a snap. A couple of beaches up the road, and Storm fans were camping in the heart of enemy territory.
We got a bit of a boo up the road, but that was all right. It was all good banter.
I was still concerned about a lack of bunting in shopfront windows, and I wasn't alone.
When we lived in Bondi, we had everything out the windows, so yeah, pretty disappointing.
But it seems Chook fans celebrate in unique ways.
How eastern suburbs, Damien? They come with their own dance track.
Yeah, that's all we got. Look at it go.
But a stroll through the burbs gave heart, like at Franca's.
No one at home wanted to do it, and we've got to get a bit of Rooster spirit.
And Kathy's. Mate, well played. And you've got the City Ford jersey.
Of course.
You are old school.
Absolutely, and old.
Chooks fans were already either settling in early at the clubhouse or getting out to the ground early for the women's grand final.
I'm born and bred in the area, and I love the tricolours.
And at the Chooks Greats mural near Waverley Park, the skipper's head has been added. The deadline for completion, lunchtime, because the artist has got tickets for tonight. There's still a little bit to go.
Yeah, there is a lot of touching up, but I reckon we got it.
Mike Dalton, NBN News.
Jane, I'll have more on the big game very soon.
Sounds good, thanks Mitch. Hundreds of people have taken part in an emotional walk in memory of Lynette Dawson, the mother of two feared murdered after disappearing from Sydney's northern beaches 35 years ago. Interest in the case has been reignited by the podcast Teacher's Pet, downloaded 121 million times globally.
It's always difficult to not know where she is and exactly what happened to her, but that's something we've just got to live with.
Today's walk featuring pink flowers in honour of Lynn's favourite colour. Lynn's Newcastle-based brother and sister-in-law were among those to walk in her memory in Sydney. A small but devoted group also marching in solidarity along our coastline.
Clutching flowers, friends, relatives, even complete strangers pause to remember Lynette Dawson.
The damage done to a family and a community when someone disappears and it's not properly investigated is quite profound.
The young mother has been missing, presumed murdered, since vanishing from her Bayview home in January 1982. Her body has never been found. Earlier this month, police returned, searching the Northern Beaches property using shovels, concrete saws, even ground-penetrating radar, but uncovered nothing. Her husband, Chris Dawson, maintains the 33-year-old walked out. The coroners each concluding he was involved.
A young mother of two little girls would not disappear and desert her children.
Commemorative walks were today held across the country, including along the Sydney coastline. Walkers here signed a remembrance book, many hoping for a breakthrough soon.
We know she's somewhere, and we'd really like for her remains to be found, to give closure to the family and to let her two girls know.
Sam Burberry, NBN News.
Most people take hot water for granted, not the volunteers at Jesmond Refugee Centre, Zara's house though. They're grateful the state government and Hunter Water are teaming up to donate a solar hot water system.
You've got to know this is a women's place. And a women's place without a stove and without hot water to wash up your cooking is not a women's place.
It's important that we support our refugees and the women and the children here.
The centre is still raising money to purchase its premises. Cravats and tweed coats was the unofficial dress code for today's Distinguished Gentleman's Ride. More than 250 men and women rode a circuit around Greater Newcastle, raising more than $33,000 to combat men's health issues, including prostate cancer. The ride was just one of 650 conducted worldwide. Coming up, perseverance pays off for Merriweather surfer Ryan Callanan. And next, a fire breaks out in a Hunter Valley wrecker's yard.
So I was whitening my smile with a photo filter. My friend said, why not whiten in real life? I wondered, does that even work? She said, Oral-B 3D White really whitens. Oral-B 3D White toothpaste removes up to 95% of stains in 3 days. See, your smile looks great. Oral-B, brush like a pro.
Welcome to Norco Country, the place where the best days are the ones that start early. Here, the locals know that life is for living, not for sleeping through. Which is why, in Norco Country, from sun up to sundown, we milk every moment.
That doesn't get any better than this.
Norco, 100% Aussie farmer owned since 1895.
Activities plus the characters of Seuss at Sea. 8 days from just $890. See your travel agent or carnival.com.au and watch Illuminations The Grinch from November 29.
CRT help farmers grow through partnerships built on knowledge and trust. By providing expert advice, industry-leading products and innovative technologies, CRT can deliver smarter solutions for all farming needs. From protection of crops, including broadacre, to livestock management and animal health. With strength, commitment and a focus on the future, behind great Australian farmers is CRT. CRT, helping you grow.
At Lexhibition, you'll find cars that anticipate your needs. And an offer that does too. Like a 1% interest rate and 1.99% comparison rate on selected models. Welcome to Lexhibition. On now.
Big games, big deals with a big 60 months interest free. Toshiba 55-inch UHD Android TV, $996. And a soundbar for big sound. Massport Weekend Barbecue, $299. Westinghouse 460-litre fridge, only $795. Up to 20% off computers including Surface Pro, laptop and book. Bigger the size, bigger the deal. Up to 50% off big brand mattresses. Up to 25% off bathroom and kitchen tapware. Plus $99 entire home carpet installation. Harvey Norman, big deals and Tuesday.
Fire crews in the Hunter Valley were kept busy this afternoon working to contain a blaze at a car wrecker's yard at Muswellbrook. It's understood the blaze started at around midday with 38 cars and an excavator destroyed. Thankfully, no one was injured. A new political divide has opened up over the Banking Royal Commission, with Labor urging some draft recommendations and a time extension for the inquiry. But the Prime Minister says he doesn't want to make it a political game.
Cashing in on a damning report into the banks, Labor's targeting the federal government. After 59 days of hearings at the Royal Commission, Commissioner Kenneth Hayne called out greed in his interim report, but saved recommendations for his final report. Now the opposition want a change of plans.
I do think a bit of sunlight on those draft recommendations would be good.
Labor wants the February deadline extended, but
we don't want to interfere with the work of the Royal Commission.
I don't want politics to drive this.
the Prime Minister's leaving the door open to extending the inquiry.
If the Royal Commissioner needs further time, then they will get it.
There's